This is question 5, and we're told that S is the complete set of values of x, which satisfy these two inequalities, so x squared minus 8x plus 12 less than 0, and also 2x plus 1 greater than 9. And we want to write the set of values as a single inequality, so we want to combine these. So the first thing to do, the natural first step, would be to work out what values of x will satisfy these two inequalities separately first. So have a go at that. Which values of x satisfy this and which satisfy this? So let's start with the quadratic, slightly harder. So we're just going to factorise it into x minus 6 and x minus 2. And so from this we can see that the values which will satisfy this are x between 2 and 6. If you aren't sure why, you could sketch it and then think, where is it below the x-axis? And it is between 2 and 6. So on the right hand side, we're going to do the other one a little bit simpler. So we get that x must be strictly greater than 4. So let's represent these on a line, a number line, so we can see when they are both true. So the number line which represents them will look something like this. I've just done it for the positive values which are relevant to the question. So the green is x strictly between 2 and 6. The red is x strictly greater than 4, so it goes all the way up here. So from this it's easy to see we can find the value of x which satisfy both of these inequalities. It's just going to be the overlap. So it's going to be x strictly between 4 and 6. But we're not quite done, because if you look at the possible answers we could have, this isn't a possibility. We need to almost go back towards the quadratic, something like this. So we want to know which quadratic inequality will give us values of x between 4 and 6. You might like to draw a graph for this, or you might be able to see quite quickly that the quadratic we want is going to be this. Because if we put this into brackets, we get x minus 6 and x minus 4. And that being strictly less than 0 is exactly going to happen between 4 and 6. And so our answer is C. If you can't see where this is, you could say, okay, well, I want x between 4 and 6. Obviously this is not to scale. So what's the quadratic going to be like when x is between 4 and 6? So we're going to want something which looks like this. It's got to at some point involve the 4 and the 6. And so we can see that x is going to be between 4 and 6 when this quadratic we've drawn is less than 0. And the quadratic we've drawn is the quadratic with roots 4 and 6, which is exactly this. You might find it easier to start with this and then go back to here. And so our answer is C.